Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. We're going to do some spiritual messages, and I'm going to kind of just talk about some of the stuff that I've noticed that's kind of going on collectively and energetically, what I've been feeling, and hopefully help you guys to understand what's going on and then see what Spirit has for us. So a lot of what's been going on probably the last week or two, there's a lot of safety issues coming up, a lot of root chakra, pretty much anything root chakra related, basic needs, emotional needs, safety, fears. A lot of people are seeing their blockages where there's things that they want and they're not moving forward toward them because of fears or perceptions based on the past experiences, things that have hurt them or things that have happened that have been bad. A lot of this energy of like worst case scenario is coming up for people. So they're like thinking, well, if I move forward or I do this, and then, you know, the worst kind of fear with that situation that's probably happened or they've observed happen in the past is kind of coming up, and that's what people are releasing. One of the things that kind of shifted is coming back into yourself and what am I feeling and why am I feeling this way. There's a lot of repressed anger coming up, a lot of repressed emotions, specifically to do with your interpersonal relationships with yourself, with friends, family, romantically, all of that. I know for me personally, the area of being emotionally supported by people or people showing up for me is coming up for me, where, you know, I look at things and I'm always there for people when they need something, no matter what's going on. I'm always there, emotionally support them. And I realize this pattern, especially today, is when I need something or reach out, people, you know, either take their sweet ass time or they just don't actually support me or they don't listen or, you know, whatever it is. And my mindset used to be, you know, like I support you, like I don't understand why you don't support me. And I had this kind of shift today where it's not that I support you and that's why you should do it, is you should care about me and support me, the end. It's not, you know, I do this for you, so you should do this for me. That's not, you know, the mindset is I show up and support you, and also you should show up and support me. You care about me, you supposedly care about me, you supposedly love me, then please act in that way. And one of the things that I noticed a pattern is, like I'll see some of those people will make time or go drive for other people or go put efforts in for other people and they don't do it for me. And I think I used to take it personal, like what's wrong with me and why. And kind of the realization I had today is most of those people are doing it for people that they're trying to chase a trauma wound with, where if they don't show up for them or they don't do that, they're never going to see them, blah, 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 blah. And so they go out of the way for them. And then it's like the people who are actually there, where you both care about each other and love each other, they don't emotionally support or show up for as much because they don't need to, because that person will always be there and they know they care, so they don't need to go extra. Why are we not like living in alignment? Why are we not being there to the people who are actually there for us? Why are we not loving and showing energy and emotion and support instead of chasing it from people who don't give a fuck? Like, and I don't mean you specifically, I'm saying collectively, like, why are we being that way? Like, why is it that we're chasing these people instead of like actually saying, you know what? I love this person. I care about this person. This person loves me. This person cares about me. Let's feed the effort together and the energy together to build this and grow this, versus I'm going to keep putting my energy and effort and emotions into people who don't value and love and respect me. And I think my perception on it changed, which is, you know, a lot of times people are like, well, if somebody doesn't show up for me, I'm not going to show up for them. No, I show up for you because I love you and care about you, and I'm going to continue to love and care about you. Therefore, I'm going to continue to show up for you. At the same point, I'm going to communicate to you how you not showing up for me is not okay. And you either can be a friend and actually be there or don't. And that's your decision. And if you choose that I am not as important to you, or you don't see my value enough that you actually care enough about putting that effort in, then thank you for showing me where I am at your, you know, on your totem pole of prioritizing. And thank you for allowing me to gracefully step the fuck out of last place. Because I'm not doing that anymore. And that's kind of my mindset that's changing. But with all of that, I'm purging all those times where I probably chased people, or I showed up and did stuff. And, you know, some of the stuff that was coming up is like, I would go out of my way for other people. Why wouldn't people do it for me? And then I was like, is it really going out of your way? If it's somebody you want to see or it's something you want to do, it's not really going out of your way at all. It's you just showing up, like you just, you know, doing what it takes to be there. And I'm just realizing like how many people literally don't do that for me, which is a reflection on me allowing that and accepting that because I wasn't really valuing myself. So usually what happens is when you realize something about yourself and you start healing it, those people who are actually like leeches or using you kind of scurry and go away. And then the other people who are in your life that maybe aren't doing those things will naturally do those because your energy is actually open to receiving and accepting, and then they open up and like it naturally happens. What else is going on? There's just so much confusion. There's so much like unknown right now. Feeling like things were going to happen and then they're not. Spirit's saying like a lot of it is still illusions. You might be seeing through some of it or understanding why it's not here right now. But there's a lot going on with trusting your internal guidance and your intuition, but also leading with your heart and not with like ego walls and trauma. Like when things are coming up, don't like run away like you normally do or block them. Go into them and feel them. See what they are. Release them. You don't always have to make a decision. Just understand why you're feeling that way and like let it be. Shit, they just said something and I fucking forgot. Oh, there's a lot of triggers. I don't know if you guys have been getting it. It's been a lot. The last like week, it's not even just like normal emotional triggers and like trauma shit. It is like serious like shit going on where I'm like, damn. But that's okay because I realized today, and I did a video about this earlier, about like the purpose of all of those and how much we've grown and how different we actually are. And kind of why all of these things are happening the way they are. And like for the people like me who are feeling like this shit never ends or feeling like left out, like seeing all these people getting stuff that we want, that video is for you. I talked about that before. I did a separate video on that. So I'm just going to pull, that wasn't really spirit messages. That was more so talking about the spiritual gifts and the spiritual process and like why those things are taking so long and why things are happening like that. And like, is it ever going to end, that type of stuff. This is more so like an actual reading and all that. So let's see kind of what spirit has for us, but I keep getting communication from spirit. So for some of you, it's like you're going to have communication to help you understand something clearly. They're saying you might be having actual communication conversations or telepathic understanding communication. So yes, you're telepathically communicating. You can feel the energy shift when it goes away. You can feel the energy when it's coming in. Usually you'll hear like a word or something that relates to them in some way. So you know, if you feel into the energy, you just kind of know anyway. I don't know how else to explain it. Some of you definitely need to openly communicate your feelings without your ego and your walls up, without fears, without your ego. So some of you, it feels more so like being vulnerable and just kind of sharing your feelings. And if you're needing support, asking for it. And some of you, it feels like you have emotions or feelings about a person that you need to be vulnerable with and open up and share. Like Spirit's saying like it's safe to like share and be okay. Just sit in whatever emotions or energy is kind of coming up in the process. Okay, so on the bottom, ooh, I like it. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition above all else. Sometimes you have energies or feelings that are very conflicting with your intuition. Trust your intuition. 100,000,000%. The other stuff is sometimes your energy, other people's energy, the past clearing, deep repressed like emotional traumas, etc. Trust your intuition. We got victory and success in the waiting game. I am just getting impatience with this energy. There is this feeling of wanting to rush but being stuck. Like this energy of like wanting to rush forward but being stuck in quicksand so you can't actually move. And it's like just this impatience energy, just like wanting to like run away, very stuck energy. The energy itself feels masculine. You don't have to be primarily masculine to feel it. It could just be your own masculine energy that feels very stuck. And it's like you just want to be done with this and like complete this. Like you're just over it. It just feels like this, like I'm over this. Like let me get the fuck out of here energy. We got temptation, solitude, truth. So all of these are major arcana, major life event. A lot of you guys definitely, they're showing me an earthquake. A lot of you guys are really having that shit that's unstable really crack. And some of you guys are having an earthquake come in, triggers, to show you how stable your shit actually is, to show you how much you've grown and how stable you are, right? We got the temptation, the solitude, truth. This is definitely some masculine, feminine energy. So interesting with the temptation card. This is definitely masculine. And like, I almost want to cry when I'm looking at the card, which is not normally like an emotional card. So normally, I'm not going to tell you what normally the card means. It doesn't really matter. It feels like they're throwing shit in the past. They're like, I'm leaving this shit in the past, and they're actually moving forward. All of the fucking addictions and trauma and bullshit that they kind of have been ignoring, it feels like they're actually releasing, and they're like, I'm fucking done with this, and they're throwing it out, and they're like, I'm leaving this in the past. Like, I'm not taking this forward with me. It feels like they're actually finally letting go of these self-restricted things, like these emotions, feelings, perceptions, beliefs, traumas, addictions, all of it. Like they're actually like throwing it away and saying, fuck this, I'm done. With that emotional energy, when I felt like I was going to cry, it feels like they're grieving. It feels like they're grieving all these times that they didn't choose themselves, and all these times they didn't love themselves, and they kind of chased, or they put up walls, or they pushed people away who were good, and just seeing how like they were putting energy into people who didn't deserve it, how like they weren't giving energy to themselves that they deserve, or to other people that like deserve it. And they're just kind of releasing like all this baggage is what I'm hearing, just like all this baggage. With the feminine and the solitude card, didn't we get this last time for the feminine? And I'm not even trying to pull for masculine and feminine, that's just the way it came out. Like, she is going through some major ass triggers, and her energy just feels angry, chaotic, just emotional as fuck. They're saying like emotionally turbulent. She is like reflecting on the past and like purging all these repressed emotions. So she's getting triggered, having shit come up, seeing how stable and solid she is internally, but she's dealing with all the emotions and all the conflict, where it feels like in the past, maybe, she was not really fully feeling her emotions, or was making excuses for people, so she can kind of stay in like unhealthy situations, or in relationships with people who didn't appreciate her. And like, she tried so hard and nothing worked. And like, now she's starting to see like, okay, these are my needs. This is where they weren't getting met. We're doing this shit different. And she's kind of going through all these repressed emotions of like people that hurt her or wronged her, and how she just kind of gave them like excuses or like an escape for it. With this truth card, I am getting from Spirit clarity, and they're saying clarity and belief. They are not explaining what that means. So I'm going to not interpret it, because if I interpret it, it's going to be my own interpretation and not what they're saying, because they're not giving me an answer on it. Clarity and belief is all I'm getting for that. I do get balance is coming, and you're going to be seeing the truth. You're already starting to get bits and pieces of the truth. Some of you, it's past life stuff too. And some of you, it's just the past and seeing where you weren't living in alignment with yourself. You're starting to get clarity on why the past happened the way it did, why you're in the position you're in now, and where you're going. Although it's like pieces of a puzzle, so you have pieces of the puzzle so you can kind of see some of it, but you can't fully see all of it. Like, it hasn't fully clicked where you can see the big puzzle picture. It's just like you see bits, so you're like, you can kind of make it out and understand it. But it's like Spirit's saying like, you already know where you're going in the future. Like, you've already had visions. If this message is for you, you've already had visions. You've already seen it. Like, stop doubting the truth. Stop doubting it. Just because you're not seeing it in the physical reality or things are taking more time than you want does not mean it's not coming true. It is. Hold on. This one. All right. They wanted me to like open this. Root chakra and fertility. I just want to see what's underneath it. Firm foundation right under root chakra. Triangles might be significant to some people. We keep getting a lot about fertility, about blossoming, about children in the last few readings. It's more so what I'm getting is your foundation's pretty fucking solid. And the triggers that are coming up, you're starting to see your foundation's pretty solid. Like that, yeah, you might be in your head or emotional, but you're still just releasing shit and you can see that. Like, you're still making the choices that are good for you and you know you are. You're not reacting like you used to. You're not doing shit like you used to. Like, you're actually staying grounded in your decisions. Yeah, you might like feel emotional or like chaotic like that way, but you're still grounded. Like, you're still not running away from shit. You're still honoring shit. You're still, you know, working through things in the way you learn to work through them. And you're actually sitting and dealing with them. You're not doing the old trauma responses or coping skills you used to. That's really what I'm getting for this. And like, you are blossoming. Like, what you want is coming. Like, the tree's already, like, the seed's already planted, the tree's already blossoming, the fruit's coming soon. Like, the fruit is coming soon. Like, they're saying very soon, like, the fruit is coming. You can probably energetically feel it, or you're getting signs about it. There's little blips of clarity with it, and understanding, but keep leading with your heart. Keep leading with your heart, not your head. Didn't I say that earlier about like leading with your heart? Like, don't be listening to like ego, fears, walls, like all that shit. Lead with your heart. I feel like my chest wants to pop. Sometimes I have to like pop my chest. Okay. Hold on. No. Okay. On the bottom, we got happiness, spiritual direction, and spiritual guidance. You are being spiritually guided even when it does not feel that way, okay? Like, you are always being spiritually guided, even if you don't feel them, they're there and they're helping you. Like, those random thoughts, those random songs and shit that comes on, let me tell you about that because it just made me think about something. They're guiding you, even if you can't feel them. I am in that energy. Excuse me, I randomly just keep needing burp. I am in that energy too, if it makes you feel any better. Where I'm not getting a ton of clarity and stuff. The last like week, it was almost like nothing about shit that has been going on and off. I do. Was it 2 nights ago? I think it was 2 nights ago. It was like probably, I think it was like 8 or 9 at night, maybe 10. I don't know, something like that. I'm laying in bed. I think it was Friday night, but I'm not positive. I was laying in bed and like randomly my Alexa, I don't want to say it too loud because it's right in the room. My Alexa turned on just out of nowhere. I haven't even listened to the one in my kitchen. I only have it in there so I can like listen to music and stuff. Cause I have one in my bathroom, one in my kitchen so I can listen to music wherever I am. Right. And I'm laying in bed, I don't know, probably like an hour. So I think it was Friday after the shop closed and I was just trying to fucking relax. And yeah, I had a reading and then I was trying to relax and shit. And what happened? Jesus Christ, my brain's not functioning. Yeah, it just turns on. It goes resuming music out of nowhere. I haven't even listened to it in probably a week. Out of nowhere. Plays one song and then turns off. Song from start to finish. Which was... shit, what the hell is the name of the song? I literally can like hear it. It's been playing in my head for like 2 or 3 days now. Little Do You Know by Alex and Sierra. And I heard it and I was like, okay, wait, what the fuck? It was a sign for me, but it was I was feeling somebody else's energy, and it was like a sign about the song and that, and I was like, wait, is this a sign for them? So I understand what I'm feeling, and immediately I can feel a release. I go, oh, I'm feeling their shit. Okay. It's really fucking annoying sometimes. But it also gave me like a message for myself too. So yeah, you might just hear songs, or like, was it yesterday? Yeah, I'm at the shop giving some people like messages, and then it's like song after song after song after song of songs for me that like spirit has like given to me, and they're not giving me the energy with them like the normal messages where I can feel what it's for, but I know what it's for because it's all the same fucking stuff, the same scenario. So anyway, you are being spiritually guided. Yes, the signs you're getting are signs, like, you know that, like, why are you denying the signs? Like, you know you're getting it. Because I feel somebody's energy who's like getting signs is like, maybe they're not really signs, maybe they're not, and they ask for something else, or spirit's like this, and then they get it, and then they're like, maybe that's coincidence, maybe that's this, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're getting signs from them, like, stop. Like, you're getting signs from them, okay? But it's like, the whole point of what you're going through is to bring you to what you actually desire and what you actually want. And they're saying, seeing the bigger picture, something positive is shifting. Your dreams are manifesting. What you want will be here sooner than you think. Your wish fulfillment is coming. That is what you're being spiritually guided to. That is why you're going through what you went through, which is what I talked about in that video. It's going to be on YouTube, and I forgot what I titled it as, but it's going to be right before this one, or this one might go first depending on how they upload. But it's like feeling, I forgot it. If it's for you, you'll fucking see it and you'll know. With the energy and changes, so it's like you're receiving like energy from spirit. Like, you're receiving these energies. Some of you are feeling collective energy because you're helping them heal and transmute, which I also talked about in that video. But you're getting energy and things are changing. Your internal energy is changing, which will shift your outer reality. What they're having me read on the bottom for you guys is trust in the process. New opportunities are on the horizon. Have faith. Everything is working out as planned. Remember, beautiful things come after big changes. So for a lot of you, I'm getting this, like, these endings are coming. You've already been getting signs of it. You've been getting closure about it. You've been kind of feeling it probably for a while before it actually started in your life. You've been like energetically processing it and all that, and like, you already know that. So as those endings are taking place, they're often very painful because now we're having to experience things that we didn't actually deal with at the time. We're having to look at things and reflect on things that were uncomfortable for us, that we weren't ready to deal with and process at the time. And so now we're dealing with those and we're feeling all that, and it's very heavy. But also remember that every time stuff like that happens, it's actually catapulting you forward to what you actually desire. But you have to release every type of sludge and shit that's holding you back. Okay, like everything that's holding you back. So your system's clear and it brings you where you want to go. And they're saying, like, what you want is coming. Stop with the worst case scenario shit. Like, what you want is coming. Like, you might not see it now, but it's still coming. It's still coming. Like, is that it? It's still coming. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got mind on the bottom, which often is, I just want to see the card underneath. Yeah. Cause it's like popping out. I don't know if you saw that. Suppression. Look at that. This actually feels like the masculine feminine. I think we got that for the masculine. And I already said that. It's like things that have held him back, that he's been holding himself back. And it's kind of all cracking because he doesn't need that anymore. He's freeing himself. Whereas the feminine's very much in her mind, dealing with emotions and all the towers and shit that's coming up. Kind of pretty much what we got with other cards. But we got Thunderbolt, understanding nothingness. So it's pretty like, this one's pretty like exactly what the cards are. Is like a lot of you guys are going through triggers and towers. You're breaking down anything that really is just not good for you. And you're starting to get clarity and understanding. You're also, even if you're in heavy ass energy, you're probably also able to still understand why things are happening the way they are. You're getting bits and clarity afterward, right? So it's like, it's hard. It's a lot. It's very emotional. It feels never ending. It's a lot. It's just a lot. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. It's fucking overwhelming. It's exhausting. It's painful. It's all those things. I experience them too. Trust me. Very intensely experience them. But it's bringing you to this clean state of nothingness. Is bringing you to this blank slate where all of those fucking things that happen to you are being neutralized. So whenever you're going into your soul purpose, your, spiritual relationship, your business, whatever the fuck you're going into, or all of the above, because we're thinking big picture, right? All of the above, all of that's neutralizing and healing and giving you awareness. So when you go into those, you're not reacting out of fear. You're not reacting out of ego. You're not fucking running away. You're not doing addictive behaviors. You're not doing all the fucking shit that you used to do that prevented you from actually having it. You're coming into that empowerment, that worthiness, the solid foundation, and you're clearing all the crap that's holding you back from actually being solid and stable in that new area of your life, so it can be lasting, so it can be good, so you can relax and actually be at peace and enjoy it. So you're not sitting there and like, wait, when is something bad going to happen? Is something worse going to happen? Because now something good's here, so that obviously something bad follows it, right? How many of us have that perception because we've had that experience? No, it's not. No, it's not going to happen like that, because you're clearing all that so you can actually bring in the good, and it's safe and stable and solid, and you're doing it with your heart, and not out of fear, and not out of trauma, and not out of conditioning. You're doing it from a place of like love and empowerment and what you actually deserve. Worthiness. That's why. Okay, we got intensity and integration. Yeah, enough said. These are pretty self-explanatory ones. The energy coming in is really intense. It's really fucking heavy. There's a lot. You're balancing your inner masculine and feminine. It's just a huge rebirth. It's a huge soul connection. It's a huge understanding. It's also understanding the balance in life too. Understanding, why all of those things happen, the way they do, and realizing how things always do balance out. You're probably seeing where there was imbalance, or where you have this perception where everything's good and great, and you're realizing like everything wasn't. Maybe it was just you were telling yourself it was so you could sit in, your bullshit or whatever. But it definitely feels like this balancing energy where you're coming into your soul energy and your human energy. It's balancing more. You're getting like the soul upgrades, but you're also coming into like the human energy. Like it's all kind of even if it's not connected right now, that's where it's working toward, is for it to all connect, where the intuition is working with the human, where it's not just like all this extra shit where it's one or the other. It's all like, it's all encompassing, and it's just bringing you a lot of balance. For some of you guys might be seeing like snakes or eagles or swans. If this message is for you, you might have already been seeing it. A lot of times for me, when I see eagles, it's freedom. It's freeing yourself. It's seeing a bigger picture, and it's just freeing yourself from things that hold you back. Swans often, a lot of times to me, are very love. They're very feminine. They're very graceful energy. Just allowing things to naturally flow. For snakes, they represent to me fear. They also represent rebirth, shedding the old so we can have the new. So, yeah. I don't even know if I told you guys this, like a few days ago, I'm like sitting in my living room. Was it Thursday or Friday? I don't even know. I can't fucking keep track of days anymore. And I'm like sitting in my living room, and I like look down, Sage's just like purring like a motherfucker, and just like, yeah, she fucking, I don't know where she found a snake. It must have been in like either the garage or the house. And literally it was like dead, and she just brought it to me and then started trying to like run and play with it. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, that was fun. I felt so bad I could feel like that. I'm like, what are you guys trying to do? I don't understand the full message behind it, but I know it was a spirit message for someone. So yeah. Which deck do you want me to pull from? Yeah, it had a purpose. I understand a little bit, but I don't fully understand the whole fucking purpose. But I think there's multiple, I've been seeing like multiple like purposes for things that are happening. Yeah, but I was just like, what the hell? Because I'm like, I don't, like, if I let her outside, I hold her in my hands, because she likes to go outside, so I hold her in my hands. So I'm like, it must have either been in the garage or my house. Like, luckily it wasn't like giant. It was like a smaller snake and non-venomous and stuff. But I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like, that freaked me the fuck out, because I'm scared of snakes. Okay. We got 8 of Raphael on the bottom, which is about our spiritual journeys. So we got 2 of Gabriel and the Emperor. We keep getting this card a lot if you guys have noticed. And we got 2 of Ariel, which is the yin yang. So we're getting a lot of balance energy, a lot of 2s if you've noticed. And a lot of duality, like the balance, the energy. With the 2 of Gabriel and the Emperor, what I'm getting is you are balancing your energy. You're in the storm right now, but the storm's going to end. And when the storm ends, you're going to be grounded. You're going to see things clearly. You're going to see the bigger picture, and you're going to be moving forward. And rainbows might be significant to you. We got the changes card with the rainbows. We have the rainbow on this card too. So rainbows might be significant to you as well. It's just kind of a sign like you're on the right path, like things are moving forward. So, but like I'm getting from Spirit, you're being guided, and you're being guided into the Emperor energy where it's stable, where it's solid, the masculine energy within, whether you're masculine or not, your masculine energy is solid and stable. You're not reactive. You're not doing things out of ego and fear. You're doing things out of being stable, out of being solid, out of, I know what I want, I know what I deserve, and I'm only making choices from self-worth and love and empowerment for me. And it's not selfish. You know, a lot of times I see people and they're like, I have to be selfish and take care of myself. We need to get out of that mindset that taking care, self-care is selfish. It's not. Self-love is not selfish. Self-love is exactly what we should be doing. It's not even remotely selfish. We should always put ourselves first. As much as we're told the opposite, we should always put ourselves first. And that does not mean don't show up and support people. But what it means is, if you're not in a place to help yourself or take care of yourself, then how are you going to help somebody else? Why should you be ignoring your own shit and suppressing it to show up for somebody else? Like, you're not being a good person by doing that. What you're doing is you're saying, I'm not as important as somebody else, or somebody else needs me. And by doing that, you're also disempowering that person that they can't stand on their own and handle their own emotions and feelings. So just remember that when you're trying to go and put other people above you. No, you should be putting yourself first. Like, if you're not okay, don't be taking care of other people. Take care of yourself. Okay, we got 4 of Michael, the World, 2 of Ariel. We're going to start with 4 of Michael. This is taking time off, relief from stress. We keep getting this card for months, I feel like. Please rest and relax. I know we have been not having the energy to do things we want to, not really having the excitement or passion, or we do and then it goes away and blah, 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 blah. You are in a deep ass healing cycle. I talked about this in another video. You're in a deep healing cycle, which is bringing you on your path. It is bringing you into the energy that you need to be in to get to where you need to be. So yeah, it takes a while. As you're going through it, it's physically exhausting. Your energy internally is changing. All these things are changing, which is why you're needing to rest more. And that's okay. It's okay. Like, we're in a society where we're taught, like, go, 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 which is really not beneficial or helpful to us at all. It's actually very trauma response-ish that we always need to be doing instead of relaxing. Why should we not be relaxing? We should be relaxing. Okay, we got the World and 2 of Ariel, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual insight and growth. So we're getting a lot about that with endings coming, things balancing out, because you got that, which is 2 of Ariel, which, notice the yin yangs, balancing energy. We got 2 big ass earths, so earth signs. So you might be an earth sign, or you might be involved with an earth sign, or channeling earth energy. Earth energy is very grounded and stable and calm when we're actually in it. Funny enough, I'm a Taurus. I was thinking about that earlier, and I was thinking about how most Tauruses, like, outwardly, like, we appear very chill and calm. Even if we have chaos going on inside, you would never know, because outwardly we're very just chill and calm. But internally, we could be a fucking emotional mess, and literally no one would know unless you know us. And, like, you go feel our energy, you wouldn't even be able to tell. We know how to balance and stabilize shit. That's why. Most of us. Yeah, it just feels like something's ending and coming full circle. It's like, again, like your masculine sword is being like, a lot of masculine energy is like being kind of cut, and where like the masculine is like, I have to put on this front or pretend like I don't have emotions and feelings and go into their ego bullshit, trauma, conditioning, society crap. This is for everybody, not gender. We're learning to put the fucking guard down, put our walls down, lead with our heart, and be open and emotional and vulnerable. And as we're doing that and we're balancing our energy, we're balancing our lives, we are attracting things that are good for us. We are bringing people and situations into our life that are good for us because we're naturally, magnetically drawing them to us because we're in our power energy, and that's why. But there is definitely stability coming. There is definitely cycles ending. Most of you guys are already in the cycle ending. There's probably just like a lot of like that tornado, like chaos energy coming up. Yeah, I don't know. As it's ending, a lot of times there's like tornado chaos energy because you're clearing all the fucking remnants before you step into where you're supposed to be. So you got to clear everything. All right, let's just real quick see, and then we're gonna end this. I don't know if it want to come out. It didn't come out though. Is that it? All right. We got playing it safe again. Every time I pull from this fucking deck, I swear to God, we got professional assistance on the bottom too. Hold on. Which is just like a wink from spirit, like we are guiding you. Okay, you're being guided. Don't worry about it. We got the loving man, playing it safe, great achievement. Ow, I almost just ate the cards like that. Okay. The masculine feels like he is stepping into this true masculine energy. When the divine masculine is in their divine masculine energy, they are so powerful. They have this presence, they don't even have to say shit, where you just feel safe. You can let your guard down and just put your walls down and just be vulnerable and just feel safe, where you don't have to worry. They just have that presence about them when they're in their energy, and that's what they're in or coming toward. The feminine. I know it says playing it safe. That's not the energy I get. The feminine feels like there's a lot of daydreaming and manifesting, and kind of what Spirit's saying is, what Spirit's saying is like, your garden's already been blossoming. You've already been kind of daydreaming and manifesting it. Like the visions have been coming into you to show you what's coming. And as it, kind of what they're showing me is like the vision comes into the feminine, and then you're transmuting the energy to be able to receive the vision. So you need to see it first sometimes and feel it first sometimes for you to keep moving forward and work through it, so you can actually energetically bring it in. Like you're very energetically magical, and that's how you're able to do it. And then it naturally shifts from masculine to follow suit in the physical. So almost like kind of what they're saying is like the feminine will have the vision and will energetically and intuitively feel it. We'll be able to envision it. We'll be able to feel the future and the daydream of it and feel into that. And her energy becomes that and kind of manifests it outward. And the masculine kind of receives it and feels it. And then he gets the plan of this is how to do it and implement it. So it's kind of like the feminine draws, like the feminine designs it in her mind, in her third eye. I don't know how else to explain it. Intuitively. And then the masculine's able to receive it and actually make the plan and do it. With the great achievement, some of you guys might be going to like a wedding, because I was also seeing this table too and they were showing me this. Hold on. I'll show you what the hell they showed me. I forgot to do it. So like the table with like the flowers and all that stuff, and then like the fireworks. And then they're showing me this too. So some of you guys might be going to like a wedding, or you might be going somewhere where there's some type of celebration, or maybe going together somewhere like on a holiday, going like to a nice dinner, something just like it feels more dressy or more fancy, like not so casual is what it feels like. Not necessarily that you have to like be dressed up. But it definitely, for some of you, I'm definitely getting this like energy of something like either like a nice dinner or a wedding, or like you're going to like stay at like a hotel somewhere and like you might see like fireworks or something kind of like that. That's more so what I'm getting. But with the great achievement card, it's like your dream is manifesting. Like did it just get like super light when I said that? I'm pretty sure it did, because when I looked up, it just, the energy felt different in here, just looked different. Like almost like I didn't even realize where I was for a second. And they just keep showing me these flowers like blossoming, but it's like, what you want is coming. Like, it's pretty much here. Like, energetically, it's here. Like, physically, you might not see it yet, or you might be seeing bits and pieces, but energetically, it's already here. And that goes with the message with that whole relationship thing I was talking about last reading, is it's already energetically here. Like, it's already here. It might not physically be exactly what you want it to be, but it's already here. It's already like there, like you would know it if it's for you. Creative endeavor in the vast universe. So for a lot of you guys, whatever this is, and this is pretty much the final message they wanted, whatever it is that is part of your passion, it is part of your purpose, like you're going to start getting even more answers, and you're almost at the end of the journey where you're about to go on that spiritual journey into like the vast universe, to all of these things. So kind of, it's like you're going to have one thing that's going to kind of open, and you're going to be focusing on that, and then it's going to expand into something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's just the steps in the journey of beautiful things coming that you've been manifesting this whole time, for it to all kind of be put together. So it's like, here's one part, but this is going to be the creative part. This is going to be the fun part, where you're getting to create and do all these new things, or some of them revisiting the past and doing old things you enjoy, and creation, which is going to bring you that big ass dream. So I hope that this message helped. I hope you guys all have an awesome day.